welcome to ZMass Productions' third installment of Nerd News. I'm Luke Zeman, and to my right here is Jeremy
Howdy.
Masser.
Again, howdy.
Yep. Today we had a very slow news week, so all we got for you today is movie news and some awesome comic news.
Yep.
So, starting with the movie news. The new SpiderMan movie has been stated that it is going to be very John Hughes inspired. Apparently, Kevin Feige, in an interview, was saying how they've already done basically a spy thriller movie, they've done a heist movie with Ant-Man, so with Sony, they're trying to pull off more of a John Hughes feel with Spider-Man. Which could be interesting, because all the John Hughes movies have to deal with high school, and they're going for a high school Peter Parker, so.
Yeah, which it could work. I have my doubts, but
Yeah.
it could be cool.
Mm-hmm. Especially if they do something along the lines of making it so that he's kind of cynical as a superhero.
And they can have like Deadpool and Spider-Man and Gwen Stacy all in detention for all summer, you know.
Oh, the antics that would ensue.
Yeah, it'd be an awesome movie.
Mm-hmm.
And the new Green Lantern movies finally got some traction. It's rumored to be about the Lantern Corps, starring both Hal and John.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know who should play John? John Stewart.
So John Stewart could play John Stewart.
Yeah. Would be awesome. Old, decrepit old Jewish guy being a Green Lantern. What's better than that?
Yep, it's the best case scenario of whitewashing.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's actually not whitewashing, it's Jew washing.
No, there we go. But yeah, so the rumors have been that it's speculatively going to be Tyrese Gibson as Green Lantern for John Stewart's side, because he's been pushing for it forever. And possibly Chris Pine, which is interesting because Chris Pine was rumored to be whatever the dude's name is in Wonder Woman, Air Force guy that meets Wonder Woman and brings her to America.
Okay.
So that's kind of weird that there's all these weird different rumors going on, and apparently everybody's hoping there's going to be a reveal about it at Comic-Con, saying there's all this weird news floating around with Green Lantern.
I'm sure. I would think that they would reveal something.
Especially saying Marvel Studios is not going to be at Comic-Con. They announced that they're not going to be there, period.
Well, why would they? I mean, at this point, there's nothing for them to do there.
Yeah, especially saying they've
Unless
already...
they're just going to throw out some...
Yeah.
What would they even throw out? What are they making right now?
Well, it's like in February, they already had their own press conference, where they blew their entire load of what's coming up. So there's no reason for them to be there.
And Ant-Man's just about to come out.
Mm-hmm.
So they have nothing else, like, in
really,
production that they can actually
they really need to even
give
display.
people, so they don't need to be there. There's nothing, except maybe for the comics. But.
Yeah. So their comic portion will probably still be there, obviously, but the studio itself is not. So that's making a lot of other studios excited. So this is kind of a weird segue of news that I didn't even have written down. But it's a nice little thing, but it's making like Fox excited because they're planning on doing a lot of stuff with Deadpool.
Okay.
Saying Deadpool finished filming like a month or so
yeah,
ago.
there's probably gonna be some awesome trailer.
Yep. And they're planning on doing stuff with X-Men there and Fantastic Four to help push it a little more, saying that it comes out in like August.
No, I don't care about that.
And then you've got
Looks
obviously
dumb.
DC. They've already announced that they're bringing their full lineup for Batman v Superman finally. They're gonna have a real panel this time, as opposed to last year where all they did was walk out, wave, and walk away again. It was like, okay, that was what? So yeah, Green Lantern. Woo! Quentin Tarantino's Hateful Eight is apparently airing or revealing at Comic-Con, whatever that means. Don't know.
They're gonna show probably a teaser trailer.
Yeah, most likely.
And there's gonna be shooting and blood and death
Yep.
and dialogue that doesn't make any sense.
And cast members, maybe.
Well,
Doing
I'm
stuff.
assuming someone's gonna be in it.
Yeah. Like
Although not necessarily.
If they're going to be revealing it and they're not going to have a panel, that's kind of, you know.
Maybe they're just gonna have the teaser play on the big screen or whatever.
Yeah.
Who knows? They do. But we will after.
Yep. Comic-Con's next week, so we'll be trying to keep up with that news. Best we can.
Guillermo del Toro is no longer in charge of Justice League Dark.
Mm-hmm.
after
DC has and WB Studios has given the rights to all the Vivid comics over to New Line Cinema to start filming because they're the ones in charge of the Sandman movie coming out, apparently. If you don't know what Sandman is, it's like this weird, trippy, almost Doctor Strange-like ride, only it's a lot more, obviously, dark, R-rated, about this dude who can travel through dreams and fights evil.
Freddy Krueger reversed.
Yep. And it's being done by Joseph Gordon-Levitt is directing and acting in that one.
Oh, okay.
And he's also been helping with the script. And they've been getting some flack with that movie because a lot of people said that it's a very in-depth series and that there's no way they can do it in a movie form. And so he's been fighting to say why it works best as a movie and not a TV series.
Because they wouldn't get the budget from a TV series unless it was on HBO, and even then, you're not going to get the budget to do. And I
mean, like, justice. People are worried about the concepts in it and trying to explain that, but I mean, you can explain a concept in a movie if it's done right in like 5 minutes.
Well,
you don't need to take a ton of time to explain things.
At least enough to take the suspension of disbelief.
Yeah.
With the people.
Yeah.
With the viewers.
With the world, at least, too. Yeah. So that's there. And, like, if you don't know what Vivid Comics is, that's also, like, the movie V for Vendetta was a Vivid comic originally. It's basically a subsidiary of DC Comics, I believe. And a lot of people are wondering if that's why Justice League Dark is also the reason why Guillermo del Toro is off of it, is not just because he's got so many other projects under his belt.
It's probably going to be terrible.
But it's that, too. And Justice League Dark is the one that has, like, Swamp Thing in it, and, like, Constantine, and, like, all these, like, supernatural people.
If it were just amazing, he would have dumped some other projects for this.
Well, he was the one who was flagshipping it originally. Because he's the one who wanted to do it, but then he's also got so many other projects that he's trying to get under his belt that, and maybe DC wants to actually move on it, and he's not ready to, so it could be one of those situations too. So yeah, that happened.
Oh, it's probably going to be terrible.
Saying we haven't seen much from DC yet.
Nothing good.
Ghostbusters has been showing off images from set. You've seen cast members doing stuff.
Ghostbusters.
And they've shown off a picture or two of the proton packs and the suits.
Very cool. I like Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters are awesome.
As long as Slimer's in it, everything's good.
It has to be a girl Slimer, because everybody's a girl now.
Or Slimer. You find out that he can be amorphous, because he's a slime ghost. And he just randomly out of nowhere turns into a girl in the middle of something to mock everybody.
Star Trek Beyond is going to be about exploration, so they're kind of... Seems like they're trying to go back to the Star Trek roots.
Mm-hmm. Which is good, because they kind of just had two major setups to get you used to the characters.
Yeah, I mean, they rehashed the old movies.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of. I mean...
In a different timeline.
Yeah. So we know these characters, we like these characters, now it's time to show us new stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully that's what they're going to be doing.
Yeah.
Instead of just, oh, hey, you're in the Delta Quadrant. Here's all these other Delta Quadrant-y things that we just changed the way they look, like Klingons.
Do not change how the Klingons look.
They already did.
Like, too much.
They already did. Didn't you see that movie?
I don't even remember it.
Have you not seen that movie?
I don't even remember it.
They changed the fuck out of them.
Okay. It's been a while.
I actually think they look really cool in
I don't remember which one it was that they changed.
Into Darkness.
Okay, they did change them in that one? Okay.
Yeah, they weren't in the first one. Okay. They talked
about
them,
yeah.
But
I'm starting to remember the scene now.
Then they actually went to Kronos.
Mm-hmm.
Kronos spelt with a Q-U-N. Fucking Klingon. But, yeah.
Alright, so... Apparently I need to rewatch that movie.
Yes, you do.
Because I haven't seen it since it was in theaters. Final thing in our movie news is that Marvel Studios has released the production dates to an extent for 4 of their upcoming movies. Apparently Doctor Strange is going to start filming in the UK in November. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 is going to start filming February to March of this next year. And Thor, Ragnorak, and SpiderMan are both starting their filming in June, which is interesting because I think they moved back Thor's release date for the new Spider-Man, so they wouldn't overlap. So it's interesting that they're still going to be filming at the same time.
Well, it just pads their time a little, so they can spend a little more time on CGI.
Which they're probably going to need a lot
I'm sure Thor is going to have a hell of a lot more CGI than Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So.
Definitely. Especially if they're going with like a John Hughes feel with Spider-Man.
Yeah. You got to get those candles just right.
So yeah. So hopefully we'll be seeing probably some more promo images and trailers within the next probably 7-8 months for like Doctor
About
Strange.
a year. I'm sure there's going to be a trailer within the year.
Yeah.
Probably just a teaser trailer, but
yeah.
You're going to see the Cumby. That's what I call him. He's my buddy. Call him every night. We talk about girls.
So how's the wife, Mr. Cumby?
Yeah. And all the other girls. Yeah, that's right. I said it.
And then finally, on our news, we've got some totally other miscellaneous news in that Marvel has released 45 #1 titles coming out after Secret Wars is over. And if you don't know what Secret Wars is, it's basically an instance where like a ton of different universes in the Marvel universe all kind of fight each other.
It's basically just Armageddon so that they can just start fresh.
Yeah. So yeah. There's titles.
Yeah.
Stuff that
a
some
lot
of
of them
us
look
are.
really cool too.
Yep.
There's a new Deadpool. There's the Uncanny Avengers where Deadpool is finally an Avenger.
Yep.
It should be hilarious.
And then
Go ahead.
And then we've got Carnage getting his own.
Yep, Carnage is getting his own. Always been my favorite symbiote. Because he's fucking crazy.
Yep. And my favorite is the Venom symbiote itself, and Venom is getting his own, as well as being a part of the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, that's
members.
Yep, he's joining the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Which he has actually technically already joined in comics, but they're making him more of a front and center member now. So that'll be interesting, along with the Thing, because Fantastic Four no longer exists.
Thank goodness. They were awful.
And then what makes that interesting is that we can't figure out where Johnny Storm is, because there's an Inhuman with the same powers as Johnny Storm, and then there's Johnny Storm, and he's still around, and so they don't know if we don't really know if
Johnny Storm is probably going to be the Avenger.
Yeah.
And then the Inhumans is probably going to be in the Inhumans.
Yeah, we'd hope, but they could switch it up just to be silly, because it's what Marvel likes to do.
Yeah, they could do that.
And then we've even got Spider-Man. We actually have multiple Spider-Man comics coming out.
There's isn't there an Uncanny Spider-Man?
Yeah, Uncanny Spider-Man.
The Amazing Spider-Man.
Well, there's.
Isn't it? I think they're just redoing it.
Well, yeah, you've got Uncanny Spider-Man, which is going to be the one with Peter Parker in it.
Yeah.
And then you've got, and he's got like a totally new suit. He's got a car now.
He looks fat.
It's weird.
It looks like it's going to be a retro kind of.
Yeah, and then you've got Spider-Man, just Spider-Man, and that's going to be with Miles Morales. Miles Morales, as well as one of the other Spider-Men, are going to be in one of the teams of Avengers.
Yeah. Then you got Spider-Gwen.
Yep. Which has been the fan popular favorite since the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, seems pretty nifty.
You've got Silk, who was introduced recently in the past Spider-Man issues. She's coming out.
2099 Spider-Man.
Yep, with a brand new, freaking awesome looking suit.
It looks pretty similar to the old one.
It is.
But it's got awesome spikes.
And they changed the color scheme basically. It's basically they've taken like the whole front half and made it white with like red, and then a fringe is blue.
Yeah.
And it's glowy bits. It glows.
Glowy bits. You have to have glowy bits. It's the future.
Yep.
I'm surprised it's not made out of hexagon.
Porygon? Or Paul?
It was Porygon
Yep.
because it's Japanese, and that's super racist. But they're Japanese and they wrote it, so it's fine.
So yeah, then you've got a bunch of. They're really highlighting the female characters too.
Yeah.
Which is what a lot of people have been waiting for.
They have their own comic book
Yep.
Whose name I can't.
A-Force.
The A-Force, yeah.
They have a team of female characters called the A-Force.
And the cover's weird because it's just faces.
Yeah.
And then She-Hulk and some other ones. Female Thors in it.
You've got She-Hulk and like Medusa on the cover, which are the only two of those that I cared about.
It should have been called the V-Force.
And then you've also got Spider-Woman, who's apparently a mommy, and on the cover to cement that into people's heads, they have her pregnant on the cover.
That just seems irresponsible.
Yeah.
I mean, one good swift kick in the gut, and that kid's gonna have Down syndrome. That's gonna be Spider-Man. That's gonna be the next Spider. Maybe that's Spider-Man 2099. Spider-Man. Here's what I day. This is all I gotta get edited.
Yeah.
Actually, it doesn't because it's funny. I don't care. Nobody watches it.
Yeah, and then we've also got a little acquisition that Marvel made that I found interesting because in the video game on Facebook, Marvel Avengers Alliance, they had a character by the name of Angela who I didn't even know who she was. And I've been like leveling her up in the game, not knowing who she was. So I looked her up and I found out that she's a lady from Spawn comic books, who apparently at some point during the original Sin story arc for Marvel Comics past year or so, they acquired her and put her in, and you found out that she was Odin's daughter, half sister to Thor, and that her actual title is the Assassin of Asgard. And the picture for her own standalone comic that they're going to be launching is her sitting in Hell's throne with Hela's helm on her head. So whatever's going on there should be pretty interesting. That's the end of the episode. Remember if there's any stories that we might have missed and we had no TV or video game stories that we even knew of this week.
Let us know in the comments.
Exactly, and we'll pick some out for next week. Also, you can click backwards on the little annotation I'll put down here to see our previous episode.
Yep, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Mm-hmm. There's also a little brand down there for quick subscription.
Click it 3 times.
100 times.
No, because then they'll unsubscribe.
Oh.
It's got to be an uneven number.
Okay. 101.
There you go.
All right. See you guys later.
Ta-ta.